Have you ever posted something or gone to a networking event? Maybe you've reached out to someone and thought, well, that didn't do anything. I know that feeling. But what if the biggest mistake isn't that your marketing isn't working? What if it's that you're quitting just before it starts? There are seasons in my business that I'm sure you can relate to where I feel like I'm doing all the things. I'm posting, I'm networking, I'm following up, booking those coffee chats, and nothing. I'm just really busy talking to people, but I'm not getting referrals or clients yet. No obvious results other than calls on the books. And I have had many moments where I've thought, maybe this isn't working. And I've mentioned this in previous videos where we're in the eye of the storm. Things are happening all around us. We're putting out feelers. We're making our conversations. We're leaving DMs. We're doing what we can control every day, but we're not seeing the results yet. However, that doesn't mean that nothing is happening. I like to think of relationship marketing as priming an old water pump. So the ones where you had to, use a handle to try and get the water to go up the pipe and come out the spout, if you're not familiar with what that is. And at first you keep pumping and nothing's coming out. You wonder if it's broken. Maybe you're wondering if you're wasting your time. But if you've ever used one, you know that the water doesn't come out because of the last pump. It comes out because of all the pumps before. So in a pipe situation, let's say this is our pipe and this is our spout. In the pipe situation, what's happening is each pump that you're making is having the water go up a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. And it is because of all these pumps before that finally it fills up and then it starts to freely flow. And that's exactly how relationship marketing works. Suddenly, after this, relationship marketing is a longer game, but what it's doing is it's feeding the top of your funnel with new people. And then if you do it well, if you do it intentionally, you're circling back to the people who are mid-cycle. They're warm, they know you. And it can be every month, every 2 months, where you're just saying, hey, I've been thinking about you. Right now it's summer where I live. So I've been reaching out to people who I haven't touched base with in a while. How's your summer? Do you have any vacation plans? And because I've already had coffee chats with them, my intention is just, let's keep the connection, because if I think of someone who I can refer to them or vice versa, we're just keeping each other top of mind and having that conversation. But it's not a big commitment because it's in the DMs or in a comment if I see them. And so if you're doing it well and you're showing up in communities where your ideal person is, you're leaving thoughtful posts, you're being gracious with your comments, and you're really showing up, then all of a sudden people are going to start saying to you, I feel like I see you everywhere. And that's when someone reaches out for a coffee chat with you or a referral comes in. So you're introducing yourself at a networking event after you've had practice doing all these DMs. And before you even finish, someone raises their hand and says, yep, that's exactly what I need. Sign me up. And it might seem sudden, but it isn't. You're seeing the results of weeks or months consistently showing up, consistently talking about your thing. And whether you're trying to or not, you're getting feedback on your message. And to me, I believe that in Growth Lab, we have experiments every week. And it's my belief that there is no such thing as a failed experiment. All it means is you're not in the right room or your messaging needs tightening. So whether data is going in the direction you want it to or not, it is telling you information that you just need to be open to. And that's why every week, when we are tracking our actions and then the results that those actions are getting, That's where we're finding holes or strengths to go all in on. And this has been a huge mindset shift for me personally. And I've changed what I measure. I don't measure by what I can't control. So when I put out a post into the world, I'm giving control away. So I'm waiting for people to comment or like or share. So to take action. And there are so many times, and I'm sure you're feeling this too, where I'm posting, but nobody is engaging. What can I do? Well, that's when I want you to flip on internal. What can you control? This not only gives you confidence, but it helps you build habits. It helps you show up the way that people feel seen. How nice is it when someone finally comments on our posts? If you're just starting out, maybe you don't have a lot of engagement. So I like to give that same feeling to other people. And these are my ideal avatar, my ideal potential clients. So instead of looking at the success of whether one post gets me a client, instead I ask myself questions like, did I start meaningful conversations today? Did I follow up with people who I've already met with or who I've already been having conversations with? And if I haven't yet, did I send some sort of an invitation? Maybe I'm booking a coffee chat. Maybe I am, my invitation could be a freebie that they had asked for, or some way so that we can get into each other's world. Maybe, hey, get on my email list so that we can continue to be in contact. And did I put, so that's mid-funnel, did I put new people into the top of my funnel? Am I having those new conversations? And when you are empty of clients, so maybe you're shifting or just starting out, because when you shift offers, you know, there's that pinch spot where you're like, okay, I have my old offers that are kind of finishing off, but I'm waiting for my new offer to take off. So you're kind of like, waiting for it to switch. Focus on what you can control. And that is going to be the part that's going to get you through this time. Maybe you're having, if you need to fill your lead funnel, your word of mouth for your new offer, you need to let people know, even people who you've met with before, but now you're doing something new. Book coffee chats again and say, hey, let's catch up and see what's new in your world, because I've changed how I'm doing business and I'd love to update you. And that is what is going to help you move the needle forward. So when your marketing depends on other people reacting, it can feel discouraging. So that's when we're posting, we're not getting any feedback. But when you measure your own actions and you follow your own plan, that's when you stay empowered. And this is exactly why I built my own relationship marketing tracker, partly because I love spreadsheets, but it's to look at a scoreboard of the things that actually matter. And I'm a words girl. So if I can see a story in the numbers, we're keeping them as simple as what keeps you going. And it's something that we're working at inside of my premium offer in my Skool community. It's called the Growth Lab, where we look at, yes, we look at numbers together, but we make sure we're in the right rooms. We're making sure every week there's a different experiment that we are trying to confirm that we are right where we need to be. And if something works, we're not going to panic. We're going to get curious. Just like I said before, I don't believe that there is any such thing as a failed experiment. It just means that that's your sign that you need to pivot. And the numbers tell us where to look. Maybe you need more conversations. Maybe your messaging needs tweaking, or maybe you need to meet new people. And the goal there is not to guess. It's to make better decisions based on what your marketing is telling you. Because consistency creates familiarity and relationships. those relationships create conversations, which in turn create the opportunities for sales, referrals. You're building your word of mouth village, as it were. You may get other opportunities that you haven't even thought of. Maybe you're getting invited to speak at a summit or lead a workshop in someone's community. That is happening to me more and more frequently lately. And that is a very good sign, because it means that even if it's not for that person, you have shared your value and they want you to share that value with their community. I mean, speaking at a workshop or a summit, that's meeting, anywhere from as few as 3 to 5 people to possibly hundreds, depending on the room that you're in. And never mind the replays. So I'm going to invite you to think about, if your marketing has been feeling frustrating lately, don't ask, why isn't this working? Shift that and look at, am I measuring the right things? Because the habits you build today are often the opportunities that you'll enjoy months from now. And if you'd like a simple system that helps you stay consistent, measure what matters, and keep going long enough to see the results, I'd love to see you inside my Skool community. The premium offer is Growth Lab. Right now, it's $39 a month, and we're going to set you up with tracking those conversations and getting some actions that you can control. This is a beta price, so it's not going to last long, but I'd love for you to come check it out. See you on the inside, and we will also see you in the next video.